Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to Summertime Tarot. For those of you who don't know, my name is Summer, and this here's what I'm calling a heartbroken singles love reading. Okay, so this is for folks who may have recently gone through a breakup, who may be having a hard time in the dating world, you know what I mean? You want to kind of put yourself out there, but you may be feeling a little bit blocked, like things just can't, or won't work the way that you want them to. Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at, what may be blocking you and what you can do to kind of get things moving in the right direction in your love life. All right, well, let's go ahead and see what's going on here. The single Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising sign, cards have a mind of their own today. Okay, fine. So we have here relationship. I call in the infinite power of love to take over this union in every way. May it now fully belong to the divine. Let it unfold in the perfect way for each of us. I needn't fear letting go of control. My needs are always abundantly met. In clarity, let me trust my deepest instincts in all ways, especially when matters are unclear. May my own holy intuition always guide the way. Bottom of the deck, we have intention. Intention is simply allowing the will and mind to align and move in harmony. May I always focus on the highest. My intention is that all God's wishes for me come true. Okay, so I kind of get the feeling here that when it comes to relationships, some of you may have a hard time kind of letting go of control. You could even have a hard time kind of trusting your intuition in your relationships, right? You may even just have a hard time kind of trusting your partners, right? You may have experienced maybe some infidelity in the past, or just have a hard time trusting. You may have your guard up, and because of that, you kind of may always be a bit suspicious or questioning the intentions of others. Could even just want to kind of direct the course of the relationship. May have a hard time listening to your partner. But let's see here, when you're in a relationship, you know what I mean? Let's see what's blocking you here. Right? Or you could even be so focused on what you want in a relationship that you have a hard time kind of, like I was saying, maybe listening to your partner, or letting the reins go is what's coming to mind. I'm almost getting an argumentative vibe, maybe you like to control things. And when things kind of don't go your way, you may have a hard time kind of letting go. Yeah, I kind of get the feeling here, yeah, like in relationships, like your desires, your needs may be the focus, and you may, or it could be like reverse, like you could either be mainly focused on like your needs, your desires, what you want in the relationship, to the point where you kind of dismiss or maybe even diminish the desires or the or your partner's feelings or their needs, right? You may really want things to go your way to the point where, you know, that could cause, you know, issues in your relationship. Okay. Or like I was saying, it could be the other way around, where you focus so much on your partner's needs or what your partner wants that you forget about your own needs, right? You focus so much on meeting the requirements or the needs or the desires of your partner that you don't even think about your own, or you have a hard time asking for what you need or voicing your feelings or your concerns in the relationship, right? To the point where, right, with moderation showing up, you know, one person's needs are being met, but the other person, right, their needs aren't being met, so they feel, you know, like the relationship is, you know, one-sided, or, you know what I mean? Right? I kind of get the feeling like you may focus so heavily on where the relationship is going, or the outcome, right, that you kind of forget about the present moment or what's going on currently within the relationship. Or have a hard time like with conflicts, resolving conflicts. Okay. Yeah, you may have a hard time like trusting your partner or just trusting people in general, right? Like I was saying, I feel like you may have a hard time expressing your feelings, or even like trusting the validity of like what your partner is saying, or what they say are their feelings. Yeah, I feel like some of you may have like a hard time opening up for fear of kind of being seen as weak. Yeah, you could also have like a hard time like accepting criticism, or like even like having your partner like express um, like negative feelings, or like feelings of like that you've done something wrong, or you know what I mean, like having a hard time when someone tells you that you've done something to upset them or hurt them. Or it could be like the other way around. You may have a hard time expressing when your partner does something that upsets you. You could even, with failure showing up here, right? You could even like have a hard time like bowing out. Like if something goes awry, or you know, amiss in the relationship, or like when things aren't working, you may have a hard time like, you know, letting go or changing your approach. Ooh. Wait a minute. Okay, fine. All right. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, some of you may have a hard time walking away from relationships when you feel like when it's time to move on, right? You may have a hard time like accepting defeat, accepting that something isn't working, right? It may make you feel like a failure here, like when a relationship ends, or when things don't work out the way that you wanted them to. And so you may stay in relationships longer than you should, for fear of being seen as a failure, or for fear of like walking away too soon, right? You may be like really focused on like what could be, or what could have been, or what you expect it to be. And so you kind of stay out of almost like obligation, or even necessity, like needing to fix it. I feel like this is something you've done with past relationships. And because of that, it may make you weary of getting into new relationships, right? You may even go back to past relationships, even though you kind of feel like, you know, it may be done. Yeah, I feel like you may have like a soft spot right? It could be for like one person in particular, or it could just be like you may fall hard or fall fast when it comes to relationships. And you could also like you could also have like a need to kind of like fix people, like to be a fixer. Yeah. But for others of you, I feel like it may be like you have a hard time of letting go of control in relationships. Like a need, like there's a need to kind of control. I feel like the speed, the pace, the direction. And I feel like it's because of being hurt in the past. Right? I feel like there's still some kind of emotional hurt that you may still be holding on to from a past relationship, or even just, it could be just from relationships in general that you may still be carrying going into, present and future. That is kind of having an effect on your current relationships. And I feel like even making it hard for you to connect to people emotionally and on like a deep level. I feel like also you may have a hard time like opening up to even like not just in relationships, like romantic relationships, but this could also be in like your friend groups here. Like you may have a hard time like opening up about like how you're feeling or what you're going through with like your friends, like in your platonic relationships, for fear of being seen as, less than, or like maybe even like a fool, right? For maybe even like staying in relationships. So you may even distance yourself from like your friends out of fear of being judged for your romantic partners. Right? You may hide your feelings. You may hide what you're really going through. But all in all, I feel like going forward, you may like especially with this magician showing up, there may be like a need for you to control because of like your past experiences and past relationships, and you not wanting to kind of relive or to go through the same thing again. So like there's a need to kind of control, like I was saying, like the speed or the pace, or right, to control how close someone gets to you. But let's see what you can do here to kind of get things moving in the right direction. And I feel like there's a need here, right, with inner peace showing up in reverse. There's a need for you to heal, I feel, before getting into another relationship. Okay. I feel like Yeah, there's a need to heal, right? This, we have here the distorted feminine. I feel like you may like this hurt from the past here. There's a need to kind of work through that and to heal that. Otherwise, I feel like there's going to be this kind of repeats, this kind of recreation of the same thing in your future relationships, right? And it may not be that, you know, it may not look exactly the same as you know, what happened in the past, but I feel like it may even be that you kind of switch. You know what? How am I trying to explain this? Like you may not play the same role that you played in the past relationship, right? I feel like here with this 3 of Swords, right? In the past, your past relationships, you may have been, right, quote unquote, the victim. And I hate these words, but like going forward, I feel like if you don't heal from this, you may, going forward, end up being like the kind of perpetrator, if that makes any sense. I'm not like saying that's what's going to happen, but that's a possibility, you know what I mean? I feel like there's a need for you to kind of spend time focusing on yourself and kind of resolving your own kind of inner demons, letting go of, you know, what you may still be holding on to from these past relationships, and like focusing on like changing your outlook when it comes to love and relationships. Because I feel like you may have like a what's it called? Maybe, you know, some of you may be a bit jaded, so to speak. Yeah, I feel like it may be time for you to kind of look at who you're attracted to, right? And to kind of spend time being honest with yourself about why you may be attracted to certain people. And if you are like one of the folks who may like kind of go back to certain relationships, like to spend time kind of looking into, reflecting on, you know, why you feel the need to kind of go back, or why you want to go back. What is it that may still need to be healed within you in regards to that relationship? You know, why you may still feel attached to that person, or why you want to kind of be a fixer, right? So here? Yeah, so evil queen, you deserve sugar, not salt. Yeah, I feel like you may be like attracted to people who treat you bad, right? That's kind of weird to say. But if you are, like, it may be time for you to kind of sit down and really like reflect on why you still may like desire to kind of connect with people who may not treat you the way you deserve to be treated, or give you the same kind of energy that you give them, right? What's going on within you where you feel like, you know, you want that, or you want to go back to that. But I feel like here with this storm, right, you have moved away from, or you are moving away from these kind of bad relationships, these people who don't treat you right, which is a good thing. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of time for you to sit down and really reflect and be honest with yourself about what's really going on within you, like why you may feel the way you do, why you may like feel the need to control, or what you may not be seeing when it comes to the partners you choose for yourself, if that makes any sense. Like what you may be dismissing or overlooking within your relationships, right? With this evil queen, I feel like it may be, you know, you may not be being completely honest about how people treat you, or what you accept in relationships that you shouldn't, and kind of spend some time like, you know, reflecting on past relationships and what you may have, you know, overlooked in order to kind of keep the relationship afloat, you know, so that you don't continue to repeat that going forward in future relationships, right? But let's get you here a goddess. Yeah, but I feel like it's time for you to like to give to others what you know, to give to yourself what you've been given to others, right? I feel like you may give, you know, certain people chance, you know, multiple chances. And I feel like it's time for you to kind of give that energy to yourself, to really start focusing that energy on you, on like loving on you, healing you, right? But also, you know, walking away from things that aren't good for you, right? And not being afraid to, you know, stand up for yourself and what you deserve. Excuse me. Right? You know, walking away from relationships that aren't good for you isn't, you know, failing. It's, you know, it's actually winning. But hey, that's just how I see it. Right? But just make sure that you're not kind of carrying those burdens or those wounds into future relationships, but that you're spending time, you know, healing from them, letting them go, releasing it, you know, reflecting on, you know, what went wrong or what you could have done differently, right? But not beating yourself up for anything that you did in the past, but, you know, being honest with yourself about what you could have done differently and what you can do differently going forward. Okay? But let's get you a goddess here. All right. So we have here Athena, wisdom. Yeah, I feel like you may like beat yourself up for like past things that didn't work out the way you wanted them to, or things that you feel like you may have missed or didn't see, right? And it's kind of time for you to stop doing that and to just, you know, allow yourself to be where you are, right? To accept that, you know, hey, you might have missed something in the past, but now you see it. So now what are you going to do going forward with this knowledge? Okay, but let's look at what the book has to say. So, Goddess of War and Wisdom, Athena asks you to think strategically before you act. Use the wisdom you've gained from your experience to determine the path to the most positive outcome for your situation. Yeah. I feel like, you know, for some of you, you may be like kind of repeating certain patterns in relationships, either because you may not want to admit defeat or want to admit that, you know, certain things are going on, or you may not be, you know, being honest with yourself about, you know, things that happened in the past. And it's time for you to, you know, really be honest with yourself about, I feel like, you know, certain patterns or certain, you know, habits when it comes to relationships, when it comes to choosing partners, or even like going back to certain relationships, right? I'm not judging, right? If you feel like it, you know, you want to go back to certain relationships, hey man, do your thug thizzle. Just, you know, make sure that you know, you're staying aware, that you're being honest with yourself about what's good for you, what's not, and that you're using the wisdom from the past, going, you know, and taking it with you going forward, and you're not just kind of dismissing certain things, you know, but that you're being good to yourself, that you're listening to your own intuition, right? But that's all I have for you, Leo. I hope this reading helped you in some way. Don't forget to let me know down in the comments how it resonated. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I truly appreciate you and hope to see you soon. Peace out.